Team Bit, we're going to give you all of the phrases on when you counter any bad anomaly in the platform. Alright, let's get to it, shall we? So, if you encounter something like a lot of crowds there, you're going to be like, "You let the people bid bot." But if you get hit by someone like, "Why do you gonna show me your chin?" And then it will get you back right off within to the start. Now the next thing is, you get to go through what possibly you should never do. It's called the woman on the left. Now be careful. They look away. They look away out of all of a sudden. And then all of a sudden, do this, do that, and you try to thing or something like that. And you get the woman on the left. Yeah, of course it is. Now, the next one isn't common because there's a guy who's standing right there, like this, and his face is all twisted. Now people are gonna keep telling you, look down, look down, look down, look down, look down, look down, and the twisted face gets closer right up to you, and right into your face, and then I think you better look down. Yeah, so that's one part. Now, next up, if you find out that the door is locked and you couldn't get it open, and if you get closer, you will see there's a speedwalker. Now, once the speedwalker opens the door, and they start coming right up to you, now, usually from that point, I would be singing this song, and I would be going back and forth to make sure the speedwalker doesn't get me. And the speedwalker comes right so close to you, you got speedwalkered! Yeah, and they definitely get speedwalkered because I think they're down. Now, next up is the weirdest anomaly, and you get, "It's noggin!" And then when it turns around, you see no head, just a body. No noggin! So as you try to get right to the door, like, you swear you never touched them at all, you never did. But once you try to get into the door, like so, like, no noggin came at me again! So that's possibly living to the rest. Now this next one, if you hear the sound like, and I go out, "Dustman!" Once they turn back, you back like this, and ooh, that's that part. The door opens, like you try to stay positive, but if the door stays long opened, you get close to rolling. Now this next one will technically be anything left over in society. Is the now if you can come over to the chair, you get the power outage, and you said, "The power!" Like, what happened to the lights? Now, if they call out the door robber turned off the lights, no, she did not. I will put it right into my ear, and then prove that door did not turn off the lights. Now this next one is the only guy this get there. So you go right here, and then you hear some thing, and then you hear some. Only got this get there. But right before you open up the door, you get these hands right over there, and you did. And they got you just like that. Now for this one, if only one door opens, and if the hand pops up like this, and you get the handbag. Handbag. Now this next one you get from right here, it will be the footing mover 2.0. Once there, you try to footing mover 2.0 like this, and then the Joy-Cons, feeling the vibrating, will go right through your hands. Now this next one could be a little bit something in common. Now you try to get right for over there. You try to get right from here, and then there's some child that's right there, right for the door, and then you go right for there, and then try to go faster. I get child dumped. Now this next one is the same as the child dump, but it's very, very different. Now once you get closer to that kid, well, it will start blinking lights and all that stuff. But now here's how you need to know. Out there from that door, automatic. So she appears right at the automatic door. Couldn't believe it, man. But you keep looking at these windows right there. Like, I keep looking at that side, which is the automatic door. But if these doors and windows from out there and here do not use the automatic door, then you're lucky. Now, the automatic door would not work. Now, automatic doors would work if the child is or the kid is there. Now, this is familiar to one door being opened, but instead of one door being opened, being the handbag, you get all doors open. That's why I have to explain, if all doors open, you get the void. But if one door opens, you get the handbag. But if all doors open, then you get the void. Voids! Voids like right here. Dying! Now this next one is the craziest one, because when you try to go through right out there while the lights are blinking, and you get this thing right here, and you get the auto glass! And the glass shatters right over there, and then here's glass. I was waiting for that moment. Now next up, you get the tilting train. If the train tilts like this, you go out, tilting train! And then you try to open that door up like that. But sometimes the door will end up closed, ending up on you. And I'll be all like, every time! Now once you go into another one, you red light, and you get the red light, which is one of perfectly the most. Now when you get into this next one, there's a guy holding his cell phone like this, and he's just looking at this like you. And you get that thing right that for some reason, so. Now once you get to the thingy here, you see a code that has a door, 8 right, 9 left, and 4 right again. If you see that, you'll know it's a pattern lock. And I have to get right through that door, and that door to the amount of almost right off to the time. This next one is you keep going right for the door. You probably see that there's some paw prints right over there. And once you get closer and closer and closer and closer and closer right for that door, for the sake of the ability, not only you get the you get the also paw prints. Now you get into this next one, and you see a lot of mannequins right over there. They're sitting right there, and you get the tile Ultimans. But what do? Well, if you get the tile Ultimans, you go right for the door that's kept like so, and then you sit down with the tile Ultimans. Make sure you don't look at those tile Ultimans. They're like those white stuff people. And you get up like this. You get up without looking. You look up at the top. Then you get right for the door, and then that's it. You're really done. Now there are some signs that you would like to encounter, and there are some signs with a person right there and has a magnifying glass. If you see that, you'll know it's a sign. And no, signs do not belong to Dora. No. They don't belong to Dora. They belong to something else. So, if they go for the sign, now this first sign I give you is only the woman. Now this woman, like this, like this way, like that, curly like that, perfectly so. Now this next one you get right over there is that you eyeballs. Yep, they're eyeballs. Yeah, really sure. Yeah, really. Now you get to the next one. You get to the next one over there, and now you get to the next one that is another one right over there, and you get this weird picture. Now there's a picture now that has a different design of a picture right over there. So you take a look at that. You're shaking the pump. And this next one right over there. Now this next one is the goops, and you get the tilting heads. Yes, the tilting heads right off the part. Now this next one is going to be the next one that none of us had possibly can get. If you get to the fog out of nowhere, I get to yell out, "It's the fog out of nowhere!" And then I tries to end up hiding, and then tries to end up not talking or anything. But sometimes when the door's open, I need them to be very, very careful. Like Steven over there, he says, not only that this will fail, but unfortunately it will send you right to the Kidoodoo. This is the Kidoodoo. L9 Kidoodoo. It is the pale missing point of the stage if Dora gets spoken. And you will never get out of that out of nowhere, never again. However, if anybody doesn't talk, and if the doors close, not only that I would be getting the rumbling from and feeling the vibration right from my hand, but you will be able to get through the fog out of nowhere without even needing yours. Yes. Those are the team anomalies I would like to be giving you all into the platform. And this is how platform is being played. Bye. Team forever.